Disneyland is your land.
Come seek an adventure at the old pirates, eh?
Make the jump to light speed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Disneyland Beat, where our toes tap to a Disneyland drum.
And we always whistle while we work. I'm TC.
And I'm Amy. There are so many ways to meet the many characters found at the Oogie Boogie Bash in 2023.
First, we have the treat trails. The treat trails have queues set up and they give out candy when you meet the villain.
The treat trail meet and greets are also usually done on a stage of some kind with some limited but very fun scenery, lighting, and props.
They're not the only characters around, but they are the ones that are featured with lots of to-do around them, and they are the big deal of the evening.
As you start your trip around Disney California Adventure, you will find your first treat trail over by Grizzly Peak and the entrance to Grizzly River Run. Mother Gothel is waiting, hoping you can help her get back up into her tall tower.
Mother Gothel is so scary because she doesn't need superhuman powers. Her pure evil ambition is enough. She's manipulative, violent, dangerous, and she plays the long game. At the Bash, we see her in her youthful form. She must be keeping Rapunzel locked up at this very moment.
Around the corner at Grizzly Peak Airfield, or Condor Flats as many of us still call it, you can find a new addition to this year's Oogie Boogie Bash, the terrifying Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Talk about a scary backstory. Judge Doom is actually an insane evil cartoon wearing a rubber suit so he can pass as human. He bought his way to power as a judge, and he has plans to eliminate every toon, including all of Toontown.
In the scene at DCA, Judge Doom dips a squeaky shoe toon, melting it away. And he also has a huge truck, just like the one from the film, rigged to spray dip everywhere.
It's a wonderful tie-in to the long-celebrated Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin at Disneyland, and this year's favorite for us.
Of course, the founder of the feast, Oogie Boogie himself, can be found at a treat trail inside the spectacular animation building. Every screen flashes with content bringing Oogie's macabre gambling den to life.
Oogie's costume is excellent. He has an articulated face and he talks to the crowd throughout the experience.
It is a feast for the eyes. For devotees of the annual Disney Halloween celebration, this is usually the magical treat trail that hooked them.
Sometimes the villains are freestyling, improvising with you, but it's also nice when they have something to do, like Judge Doom and his dip. Perhaps the penultimate example of this is the Ernesto de la Cruz treat trail by the Hyperion Theater.
Ernesto de la Cruz is the villain from the touching film Coco. In the film, he kills beloved father Hector and steals his songs, passing them off as his own.
In the film, he pays for his crimes, but at the Oogie Boogie Bash, he is at his evil, conceited best, putting on a full concert from the land of the dead.
You can sit back and enjoy the concert full of favorites from the film and beyond, and the costume and face makeup is incredible and spooky to watch.
Ernesto de la Cruz joined the crew last year and is a huge hit in his new location.
In Avengers Campus, Agatha Harkness has a treat trail over where Doctor Strange performs regularly.
Agatha is a witch who dates back to the 18th century in Salem, Massachusetts. She kept the Darkhold, also called the Book of the Damned, for many decades, and it's said that this evil book corrupts all who use it.
Agatha looks like she's ready for her final battle in WandaVision, all dressed in purple.
She may be evil, but she sure is fun, and the Agatha Harkness you're going to meet at Avengers Campus has lots of Catherine Hahn to her interpretation. She's a really wild character to interact with.
In the new San Francisco Square, we find another new villain to join the bash, Yokai, the villain from Big Hero 6.
Yokai uses his high-end technology to menace Hero and the citizens of San Francisco, but his backstory is one of pain and regret.
He is really Professor Callahan, who lost his daughter during technology testing and in turn killed Hero's older brother, Tadashi.
He wears the mask and he dons the name Yokai, which means phantom or spirit in Japanese.
At Pixar Pier on the Promenade main stage, you can find Sid's treat trail. Sid, the kid next door toy destroyer from the original Toy Story film.
The Frankenstein of the toy world brings some of his favorite hybrid creations with him to talk about and show off.
They're supposed to be frightening, but to us they actually show a lot of creative ingenuity and technical know-how. I bet most parents would be proud.
Until he blows everything up, that is.
Sid is fun, but a bit lackluster. We'd like to see someone new in this area next year.
On the stage in the Hollywood backlot, the updated Emma Stone-esque Cruella holds court with a flashy treat trail.
Cruella de Vil shows off her latest cutting-edge fashion, all while being shocking and sassy. She looks fantastic.
We're just not sure she's really a villain. Although we did see some Dalmatian-styled patterns in her dress this year. But really, ultimately, the dogs are left out of this one.
Cruella is a lot of fun, but we can't help but feel like the original version is much more timeless and will be the one to be around in the long run.
In a prime spot, just off the circle right before you enter Avengers Campus, you will find the magnificent, the melodious, the marvelous, Madam Mim.
Madam Mim is the magical villain from Sword in the Stone, a wizard who duels with Merlin after she tries to capture the future King Arthur.
As a meet and greet character, she is a lot of fun to talk with and very silly indeed, but not as cool as some of the others, and there isn't quite as much to do.
It's too bad we can't see Madam Mim transform into some of her more frightening forms. Her pink dragon was great.
And that's it. All of the major treat trails at this year's Oogie Boogie Bash. Of course, there is this guy, but we don't really talk about him.
But wait, we're not done. There are lots more characters to meet all over the park, too.
In Avengers Campus, you might catch up with Gamora wandering around, or Loki.
Also, Spider-Man and Captain America are doing meet and greets in front of the Avengers headquarters building.
Lotso Bear has been meeting with guests right out in front of the entrance to Toy Story Midway Mania at Pixar Pier. And oddly, Russell from Up has been spotted meeting folks outside the Incredicoaster. We've also seen the Blue Fairy, the Evil Queen from Snow White, and Smee from Peter Pan. Deep-cut villain, the Sheriff of Nottingham, is patrolling the Carthay Circle Fountain. And if you're looking for the main mouse and his pals, they're around.
At Embarcadero Street, across from the entrance to Ariel's Undersea Adventure, you can meet Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, all decked out in their Kingdom Hearts gear.
Minnie and her friends Daisy and Clarabelle can be found in Hollywoodland, and they're a big hit. They're all dressed up as the Sanders sisters from Hocus Pocus.
Well, that's it, folks. What do you think about this year's selection of villains found at the Oogie Boogie Bash?
Let us know in the comments. May the light in the firehouse window always shine brightly.
And may your dreams always come true. See you real soon, Mouseketeers.